Hello and welcome back to the last in this series of videos following me round on the 2023 Round Britain Rally. In this video I wanted to tell you a few facts and figures about how much it's cost, how far I've been and all of that good sort of stuff, and to let you know whether I did actually succeed in completing the Round Britain Rally. So without further ado, let's start the intro and let's get into it. So, where to begin? This video isn't quite like the others. You'll know, if you've been watching the series, that in my mind I've finished riding and I've sent the pictures off to Dave the disorganiser for judging. If you haven't seen the previous videos, I will put a link in the description down below to the playlist so that you can watch them all. I thought you might be interested in a guesstimate of how much it's all cost, and to give you some idea of how far I rode. As I live in the east side of England, northeast side of England, I rode far enough that I saw the coast of north of Scotland, north of Wales, north of England, west of Scotland, west of England, west of Wales, south of Wales, south of England, east of Scotland. In fact, I pretty much saw the coast all the way around the country. So my 82 landmarks took me 8,276 miles. What else to say? You may have noticed that I used a couple of different bikes on the run. I used a Honda CB 1300 and I used a Royal Enfield Himalayan 411. Now, the Honda I used for 1,660 miles, and as it does approximately 55 to the gallon, that was about 30 gallons of fuel. The Royal Enfield I used for 6,616 miles, and as that does approximately 90 miles to the gallon, that was about 74 gallons. So altogether I used about 104 gallons of fuel, and just taking a rough guesstimate of average pricing, I think that's cost me around £725 in terms of amount spent on fuel. I'm going to ignore the cost of things like tyres, servicing and things like that, because they're things that I would have probably spent anyway, whether I'd done the rally or not. The next big expense, in fact the biggest expense of them all, was accommodation. Now here I was really lucky because I had some very good friends who allowed me to abuse their hospitality. This meant that I had 8 nights when I didn't actually have to pay for accommodation whilst I was away. I also managed to do several day trips, which meant that I could save on accommodation but at the expense of mileage. So, how much did I spend on accommodation? In total, £1,201.86. That was for 13 nights away. Now, yes, I could have possibly chosen cheaper accommodation, or occasionally I could have been not quite so lazy and gone home at the end of a day rather than putting an extra overnight. But it was a significant expense. The other thing I've not considered in this amount that I've spent was the amount I spent on food. Now, that's probably because if I was at home, I'd have to eat. And yes, I did stop and have the odd pastry. But then again, to maintain my figure, you've got to buy a few buns from now and again. And even if I was at home, I would still be buying the odd bun or two. How else do you maintain a figure like this? Well, what do you mean? I'm in perfect shape. Round is definitely a shape. Right, so adding the fuel and the accommodation together, we come to a grand total of £1,926.86. If anybody thinks I've been profligate with the number of miles that I've done, I did a quick tot up using one of the mapping programs to create a route. And just putting in all the separate venues, starting from my home, getting back to my home, 82 landmarks, and possibly the shortest possible route. I had several goes at this and came out with solutions between 7,000 and 7,500 miles. That's for this year's 2023 rally. Now, if you were to do that as a single journey and you were to maybe average 250 miles a day, that would be 30 days travelling. I managed approximately 276 miles per day, my biggest day being 453 miles and my shortest day being 99 miles, and I had 30 days on the bike, and I put this into 11 trips. I think that's all the useful figures I can give you. If there's anything I've missed out, if there's anything you want to know, please put it in a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer. The reason I'm doing all these figures is I'd love anybody who's interested to have a go at the Round Britain Rally, but I wouldn't want you to do it without having an idea of what you've got to invest to get an all-rounder. That's not to say that if you wanted to, you could just do a few days out and have a really good time just doing a day out to your nearest landmark, or the one in the next county, or a trip to the southwest of England and doing all the ones on the way down and all the ones on the way back. It's great fun. You really will enjoy it. Right, now the question that we had at the start. Did I manage to get all the landmarks right? I say that because a couple of years ago, when I did this for charity, I did this to raise money for the Motor Neurone Disease Association. I got back, I submitted my photos, and Dave said, "You've got one wrong." Thankfully, it was fairly close to the border of Scotland, and it wasn't so far to go back and get the correct landmark and to do the all-rounder there. So, how did I do this year? Well, I'm pleased to say I got 100% right and 100% all-rounder. So that's great. I suppose that's the end of this video because we've done it. We've succeeded. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the previous ones. As I say, if you want to look, I will put a link to the playlist down below. If you have enjoyed them, please put a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll see whatever else I get up to. But let me just say thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.